Welcome to day 4 of the C4 30-day challenge. I am your host, Drew, from Drew versus the World, and today will be a very special topic. Last time I did a topic about why did I do podcasting, and now I'm going to talk a little bit more about the hardware of podcasting. Today is part 1. I will be doing probably a 2-part series, so tune in tomorrow for part 2. And also, today I am sipping on Fork Sigmatic coffee. If you go to the show notes and you click on the link for Four Sigmatic, you'll get 10% off your first purchase at the Drew vs. World site. So just click on that link in the show notes, and you'll get a nice taste of Four Sigmatic coffee. It really helps me with a lot of brain fog, helps me with doing this podcast, and it helps a lot with making sure I'm able to function throughout the day. So Four Sigmatic coffee is the way to go. So let's get right into it. So my first piece of hardware I love to talk to people about is my Samsung Q2u. Now, this is a USB and XLR mic, and it's a dynamic microphone. Now, a lot of people ask what are the difference between a dynamic microphone and a condenser microphone. So, I'll give you the simple and clean version. A dynamic microphone is just immediately when a sound wave hits the microphone, it takes in the sound instead of taking the sound from other places around it. So for instance, I started with a Blue Yeti microphone. Now it is traditionally for a bigger sound area. So if you are on a round table and you want a bunch of people voices to be heard, you can use something like a Blue Yeti. And then it also has a bunch of different clips and different versions that you can click into, so that it allows it to become different types of microphones as well. It's a very, very good microphone for starting. But the reason why I like the Samsung Q2u, and actually this is my second one I'm talking on right now, is because two things. It's a dynamic mic, which it automatically gets the audio directly when I talk, and also it's fairly cheap. So it comes in at about, depending on what you're getting, about $65 right now. I'm seeing it on Amazon for $69. And you get the stand, you get the USB excuse me, you get the USB connector, and then you also get the XLR connector too. And the importance of the XLR connector will be, I will talk a little bit more about during our conversation tomorrow, and talk about how it connects it to an interface and things like that. So I would say if you want something affordable, good quality, sturdy, because I dropped this thing a couple times and it hasn't broken on me yet, I will go with the Samsung Q2u to start. It's a good starter microphone, and I think that the bells and whistles are part of it too helps a lot. So let me tell you a little bit about those bells and whistles. So right now I'm talking on my Samsung Q2u, but also I have a little mic stand. Now the mic stand is important, and it's more of an arm. I wouldn't call it a mic stand; it's more of an arm, and it connects to my table here, and I just twist it and plug it on. So if you watch, the Joe Budden's podcast or any other podcast, they usually have stands on the floor. Mine's connected directly to the table, so I can maneuver it and put it in my face in which way. So this is good for when I'm doing stuff actually on video, because I can put the microphone out of my way, or also I could put it in my way so that the person can see that I'm using a microphone on camera. As well as it's adjustable for heights and lengths, so if I want to stand up, I can too, and I can maneuver the cord as willing as well. So I like this arm. You could buy some arms. There's a plethora of arms on Amazon or other affiliate sites. If you do want a link to a good arm, just reach out to me in the DMs at Drew vs. World Podcast on Instagram, and I'll send you some your way. The other thing I'm using currently, and I would call an interesting new piece of hardware, is a windscreen. Now, the windscreen is it's a game changer for me because I do not like to edit, and I have an editor, and I like him to edit less because it costs me less. So I use the windscreen here because it really helps with the auditory part of this conversation. I'm going to do one section without the windscreen, and I'm going to do another section with the windscreen. So I'm going to say a sentence. This is without the windscreen. You can hear the difference in sound and in punch. And this is with the windscreen. You can hear it's a lot clearer, a lot smoother. So yeah, I suggest buying a windscreen. This was in my closet for the longest, and I haven't used it. And I recorded with it, and I heard the difference immediately, and it was a big game changer. The other thing I didn't talk about was that I also have a pop filter on the Samsung Q2u, and it comes with it. And the pop filter is good too because when you have those p and t and k sounds, sometimes it can be for audio files. It can be very displacing, and you can hear it in the microphone. So if you don't have these, fancy $300, $500 microphones, you can use something like a pop filter for what, $3. And it really helps with a lot of my my audio, so I don't have to actually edit a lot. So I would recommend a pop filter for any type of microphone. If you have the Blue Yeti, if you have anything like that, just get a pop filter, get a windscreen, get an arm. It's fairly cheap. The other thing I want to talk about a little bit is I have a iPhone stand. And the thing about that is that this stand is fairly simple. It's the same thing as the arm, but it connects to my iPhone. Excuse me. I can put my iPhone in it, and I'm able to have it without having to hold my phone. So this is good for Instagram Lives, for if you want to connect to StreamYard or some other services via your iPhone, and even if you just want to be on Clubhouse or watch something on your iPhone without having to hold it in your hand, it's fairly useful. The arm moves, and you're able to put your power jack at the bottom of it, so you can charge your phone while you're doing whatever you need to do. This has been super beneficial, again, for my Instagram Lives, so that I don't have to hold the phone while I'm doing something. Yeah, I would purchase all these three things for Instagram Lives is for good marketing. The Samsung is just a good starter mic. This windscreen and the pop filters are important. The arm is just a necessity, so you don't have to hold the mic in your hand. The Samsung Q2u actually comes with a mic stand that goes on your table, but sometimes when you're shifting things or moving or clicking or looking up things, you get a lot of sound. So that's why I love to have it on the mic stand, because it's away and devoid of the actual sound that's happening on the table or whatever you have there. I'm going to give you let me give you a review of the Samsung Q2u that I found here. And it says, this is from Nico MPH, and the review is titled "A Must-Have for Home Recording." He got the gray mic. It's a verified purchase on June 20th, 2018. I haven't had this long, but wow, this was a major MAJOR score for my home studio. My amazing singing buddy suggested I buy a dynamic mic for home recording because it works better for vocals in rooms full of reverb that condensers mics. I have a Rode condenser mic too. After this purchase, I may not need my condenser mic anymore. For the price point, this is outstanding. I found out about the mic from podcasting on YouTube. The original dynamic mic I wanted, the Samsung CS microphone, was discontinued except for here on Amazon. where it was tripled the original price. So before I slammed my money down on the virtual Amazon counter, after seeing many reviews, comparisons, and unboxing videos, I decided it was be worth a shot. When it came in, everything I needed was inside the headphones into the headphone jack on the mic. As soon as I plugged it in, I did a sound check and it was pleasantly surprised. I didn't expect the mic to be so clear. I might use the mic for more than just recording. If I can find a cable long enough to travel to performances with. This mic shattered my misconception about dynamic mics, which I thought all sounded the same. Definitely a must-have for your home studio, whether for music production or podcasting. So that's a glowing review. So if you don't want to hear from me, Nico MPH sums it up very clearly how good this microphone is. So again, this is part one of the hardware, the explanation of podcasting hardware that I have here. So tune in tomorrow for part two, where I talk over some audio interfaces that I use and that you can use too. Again, take the chance to follow Drew vs. the World podcast on Instagram. Also follow the Content Creators Collective on creators_of_color on Instagram as well. We also have a website, so type in Content Creators Collective and our pod page will come out as well. Again, link in bio for Four Sigmatic Coffee. It'll help you with your brain fog. At least it helps me. And again, thank you. Talk to you at part two. Thank you for being a part of the Drew vs. the World community and being part of the Drew crew. This has been another episode of Drew vs. the World. Peace.